Hey everyone, talk a little bit today about these Lesney Matchbox Super King transporters. I found a few of them on eBay. They're pretty cool, and as part of my uh, diorama that I'm building for my track, I'm picked up some train stuff, and I was looking for uh, a transportable airplane to put on my train. Since I'm not really going to have I don't think I'm going to have any room on my track layout for an actual airport. Like Mark did at Mark over at GTR, probably one of my favorite tracks, the Chavano Mountain Raceway. Um, really like that one, and I really like the fact that he's got that airport there, and he uses part of that his layout as the runway, which really is pretty cool. I can't really emulate that, but um, I was thinking that I would have maybe put an airplane on the flatbed and have it, be part of the train. So so I started down this path, looking at these, looking for different um, ideas for carriers for airplanes and things like that. And I spend a lot of time looking at uh, different uh, different airplanes, and these are two Matchbox planes that I picked up. But if you know anything about 164th airplanes, uh, they're pretty small, really too small in my mind. Uh, I'm not a fan of them. They just don't look right in my mind. A 164th scale airplane should have a minimum, in my mind, at least a 5-inch wingspan, at least. These are um, less than 4 inches. Even in the length, it's really only about 4 inches. So while they're cool and I really like them, these little fellas are nice. Um, they're just too small, and in reality, they don't do well on this carrier. So I found a couple different carriers that were, um, in various stages of disrepair, some mostly busted, and went ahead and restored or reconditioned them. The carrier itself is about 20 centimeters or about 8 inches, which is almost exactly as long as the train car for an S scale or 164th scale um, train. So it is a little big, because it's not 164th. It's like 143rd or so. So if I compare that fella to my extra train engine, um, and it's almost spot on for the S scale train engine, which is pretty cool. So it is more or less in the right size range. I mean, this train engine is yeah, right around 8 inches long, 20 centimeters long. Um, so it's pretty darn good for the S scale, um, or 164th scale realism. Um, this train is a spare that I picked up. It's missing a couple bits that I found a guy who restores these, and I'm going to purchase the end cap and the wheel retaining cover, so that'll be ready to go. Um, so so I'm liking these little guys. They're they're pretty cool. So as you can see, this one is more or less complete. It's got the airplane and the removable wings that can be assembled for display or for um, any other purpose that you might have. Um, but it looks good. It looks good broken down and then running just on the, the, the carrier. So um, unfortunately, I've found few and far between these two-piece ABS or polystyrene airplanes. I wish I could find a few more because this really is about the right size that I'm looking for. So I was happy to have found this one, not to have spent a gazillion dollars on the silly thing, because it is a back story, uh, you know, part of the track. But I just like it. So, anyways, so I've got that one as a whole piece, and I'm keeping it as an entire assembly. I was able to find these two, and they have been repainted and restored. Um, this one actually has a little bit better uh, mount for the airplane. The carrier assembly is much more complete. Um, so I left it so that I could take it off, and I'm 3D printing a flat bed for the carrier so that it can do double duty. One as a potentially an airplane schleppy, and the other as a car carrier. So if I can do a flatbed on this carrier, it'll hold two nice 164 size vehicles with ease. And then I'll figure out a way to strap them down and make it look like an actual payload. Um, so I'm in the process of printing that right now. This one I did in white with a red background, or with a red trim. Kind of played switchy with some of this other one. This one has a different style to mount the wheels. The wheels are actually pretty good. Um, I was able to clean up the axles and get the wheels rolling. Uh, Installed the windscreen from this one into here, and just did a little trim detail on the sides. And I'm liking the way that one's progressed. It's just about done. Like I said, I'm printing that other piece, and when I get that printed, then I'll figure out which one I'm going to install. And most likely, um, I'll leave this red and white one, which used to be some other color. I think it was red. This one was red, like this one was. Um, I'll leave this one as an empty carrier and look for another plane. And this one, which is now black, trimmed accent pieces with green and and uh, gray trim. Unfortunately, on this one, I had some issues with the way the wheels were mounted. Since this one's actually a little older, this one is a, let's see if I can read this on here. Um, yeah, it doesn't say the date, but it is older. It had a different mount assembly. So I went ahead and ground down those old mounts and 3D printed a couple of clamps, similar in vein to that style over there, and then mounted them on here. So I was able to get the wheels set up and get everything put back together. I had to make a new windshield from a piece of plastic that I scavenged off of a package of some sort somewhere along the line. But it's in pretty reasonable condition, and I think I'll probably end up printing, since these bits are broken. Uh, the rear support for an airplane is gone. I'm probably just gonna put these off into a box and build the flatbed, printed in black most likely, and build the flatbed for this one with a ramp that I can raise and lower here, so that the cars will go on this one instead. Um, and then it'll just be on the diorama, or maybe I'll even just send this one to my niece and nephew. They enjoy these as well. So I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely going to end up with two, most likely. The white and the red, and this cool green one will probably go to my nephew, and he'll get a kick out of it. So I like them. They'll be add-ons to my diorama, and I had actually considered, since the wheels were kind of, the mountain was kind of goofed up, I'd actually considered going the full train route on this and building a mount for train track wheels, uh, because I think the cart, I don't know if I have one here. Um, no, I don't. I don't have one offhand. I think the cart for the wheels would fit under this, and then this could actually be attached to the train track if it had these style wheels, and use a connector on both ends and make it a towable train part without having to worry about having a flat train hauler underneath it. It would just be a drive rolling stock in and of itself for a train. I don't know. I was just playing around with that idea. So, anyways, in between races here, um, just got back from Florida, and trying to keep busy and catch up. I had to put my bestest big Bubba down. Uh, she got too old, and ended up not being able to walk. She she's a big girl, Bernie's mountain dog, and just was her time. So I lost my bestest big girl. Now I don't have any dogs left. So it's kind of quiet around here without them. So, anyways, appreciate you listening to me, and if you got any interesting comments about these kinds of vehicles, or you enjoy that or whatever, leave a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.